When I first started my second Etsy shop, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I thought it was going to be quick. I thought that once I posted my listings, I would be able to just sit back, relax, and wait for the sales to come in. That was not the case. Turns out Etsy is a whole process. It takes time, effort, and lessons that I wish I had known earlier. And you would think I would have enough knowledge because I've seen videos about how to sell on Etsy, but it is still different when you experience it yourself, when you go through it yourself. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the things that I've learned so far so that you guys are going to be guided as well. Also, let me know in the comments if you have been selling for a while or just getting started. I would love to hear your experience. I'm also going to do this while I am doing some work. My shop is currently in the process of rebranding, so I'm trying to rebrand my shop and I'm editing the banner, so hopefully I can do this. If not, I'm just gonna probably keep facing you guys, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so let's get started. Okay, first is that it's a lot of work. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Running an Etsy shop requires way more work than I expected. It's not just about making or creating cute designs and listing them. You have to learn SEO, create mockups, research trends, but basically it's a lot of work. It's like a full-time job. In my experience when I first started, one of the things that I spent a lot of time on was tweaking my listings, particularly my listing photos. And then there are some days that I felt like I was doing everything except making sales. So the work doesn't stop after you list your products. The good news is that once you build momentum, everything is gonna be easier. Second is it takes time, like a lot of time. During my first month, actually the first 10 days, I was constantly checking my Etsy stats to see if I was already making any sales yet. But when I found out that I wasn't, I started to feel discouraged because it felt like I just wasted all the effort that I put in. The thing with Etsy is that it takes time for them to push out new shops in search results. It also takes time to figure out what works for your niche. Honestly, it's just patience. Like, patience is the number one thing. So if you are someone or in a place right now where you feel like nothing is happening, just keep going. Maybe tweak your listings, go on Etsy, see what's working, and kind of do the same thing, but at the same time stand out a little bit. Eventually it will happen. Third point is that knowing your niche helps you stand out. However, if you no longer feel connected to the initial niche you have chosen, do not be afraid to pivot, because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So like I mentioned before, that my niche was clip art. Now, being in this journey for 6 months, I've realized that I no longer feel strongly connected to producing or creating clip arts. I want to try a different niche or like a sub niche. Find a niche that excites you and has a demand. Of course, that's important. And if you don't know what that yet, then just really start posting. You're gonna discover it along the way, just like I did. I also want to add that it doesn't mean that I don't want to sell clip arts anymore. I think I'm still going to be, but not as much as when I first started. Point number 4 is that you have to know your customers, and this is something that I began to understand when I opened my second Etsy shop, of course with the help of the membership course that I'm currently subscribed to. Having a third-party market research tool can help you with this as well, even though sometimes they can be a hit or miss. The reason why I want to talk about this is because even oh my god, I don't want to talk down on people who are in the membership, but some people there don't, like, the course already has a roadmap on what to do, so you just basically have to follow that. But some people tend to create products that nobody wants, and I guess, yeah, it's important that you create products that you want as well or you like. But I think if your purpose is to generate income, or if your purpose is to get a sale, then you have to create products that are on demand or that people are looking for. Till this day, I still strive hard to have a better understanding on what my customers want. But yeah, it's so important to know who your customers are. so you know who you are serving and you're not wasting your time. Point number 5, pricing strategy is a bit tricky even with the help of the course, because at the end of the day you still have to base your pricing on what is on Etsy's market, because if you price too low, people are gonna think it's low quality, and if you price too high, people don't buy. And this was one of the things that I really had a hard time with, or trouble with deciding, because when I looked up clip arts on Etsy and to see how much they cost, I was disheartened to see the low prices. Like, you can get a pack of 50 images for like $3, $4. So it was kind of really challenging to price my products then. But now my prices are kind of in the middle, where it's not too high and it is also not too low. And I figured this out by doing these 2 things. Number 1 was, of course, check out the competitors' pricing, but I don't go too low just to compete. For me, if a customer really likes my product or loves my product, they're always gonna end up buying it. Second one was bundling, because people love to save and people love to get more of their money. So another one, last one, I know I said 2, but like the last one is to test different price points, because sometimes even if you just change the price a little bit, it can make a huge difference. Point number 6, and by the way, I have stopped what I'm currently doing because it's hard to multitask, but point number 6 is staying on top of the trends can really help your shop. So I know trends come and go, but if you hop on the right ones, that can get you a lot more sales. That has happened to me too. Last year, the Elf on the Shelf was trending. It was one of my best seller before, you know, Etsy took it down. But yeah, that really helped me gain a lot more sales. The way I look out for trends, or the way I track trends, is by using a market research tool. I have been using Insight Factory since I started, and this tool really is different, totally different than eRank. I've used eRank before when I was when my first shop was still open, but compared to Insight Factory, it is more informative than eRank. But the thing is that right now I feel like I want to go back to eRank because I want to save a little bit of money, as Insight Factory is a bit on a higher price tag, and I just don't use all the features that it comes with. I'm gonna try eRank for 1 month and see how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't it will help me. You can also, if you don't want to pay for a market research tool, you can also go on Etsy's research bar. Of course, that's the #1 thing that you can use for free. I've also used that strategy before with the help of Everbee, because they put in the amount of research that word is getting every month. So that really helps a lot. Point number 7, running sales or promotions can really help your shop. I used to think that having promotions or sales going on was not worth it, but I was wrong. Even a small sale can help boost your shop's visibility. Even a 10% discount can give buyers that little push to hit add to cart. And if there's one thing that I learned, is that a discount is a discount for someone who is looking for a discount. Point number 8, and this is a bonus lesson, and that is staying motivated. There will be days when you are gonna feel like giving up. It happens to all of us, but the ones who stick with it are the ones who see results. Every time I feel not motivated, or I feel down, or I feel like giving up, here are 3 things that I try to do every time I feel not motivated or giving up. Number 1, instead of focusing on sales, I try to focus on long-term growth. For example, I would look at my titles and see if they are search engine optimized, or I create products that are evergreen products, which means products that people look for all year round. So I try to focus on that if I don't have any like instant sales. Second is that I keep learning, testing, and improving myself, because at the end of the day, this is business, and there's no straight way of doing business or running a business. And third, I celebrate the small wins, because they add up. It is so important. Whatever it is that you're doing, celebrate it, because it is an achievement. It is a step forward to growing your business. So yeah, this journey hasn't been easy, but I have learned so much along the way. It's a lot of work, but for me, It's totally worth it. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Etsy tips and my journey. And let me know in the comments the one lesson that you have learned from selling on Etsy so far. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!